Okay, so I bought another wrecked Indian Chief, as if I didn't learn my lesson already, but this time it's a Super Chief Limited.
This is gonna need a lot of work. Get a buff out, maybe.
Clearly, it's seen better days. But then, I ain't learned my lesson. I bought another Indian Chief Dark Horse. And at this point, clearly, I've lost my mind.
And this one, oh boy, this one might have been a mistake. This one bad. This one.
Both of them are leaking oil. Both need front ends. Both need the motor pulled. Both need an exorcism before we even begin. Help. just help. But both of these Indian Chiefs came from insurance auctions, one from Copart and the other IAA. And after winning some bids and spending some money, they magically appeared at my doorstep. But of course, not without struggling first. And here's how some of the delivery of these bikes went down. The biggest issue with taking delivery of these bikes is that both of these drivers, they expected me to have a forklift. And I ain't got no dang forklift, so we had to make it do what it do. But with a little bit of finesse and a lot of sweat, we were able to get both of these wrecked Indians in my garage. Hey, but shout out to these transporters for making this happen, because without them, I probably would still be out there trying to move these bikes. I got a lot on my plate, obviously, but the way I look at it, this is a buffet.
Let's do this.
And there's a lot to eat.
Oh yeah.
The first order of business, being that this isn't my first rodeo, I really want to know how many miles this Chief has, because we got the ride command already on the bike and we have the key fob. Usually when you get a motorcycle transporter, they disconnect the batteries. So pressing this power button, it's not going to do anything. So we obviously have to reconnect the battery.
What the hell?
Pretty sure that ain't supposed to look like that. Yeah, so clearly this battery terminal is broken, but we do have a spare one that my neighbor gave me. Alright, so I'm gonna take this battery, drop it in the bike in replacement of this apparently broken one. I don't even know how this stuff happens, but we should be able to get the battery terminals on this battery and get the bike started.
Alright, how many miles do we have on this thing? Let's see. Let's wait for this little OK button. Right. 556 miles. Oh my god. This bike only has 556 miles on it. Oh my god. Let's see if we got any diagnostics codes. Oh, I also noticed this bike is still in sport mode. That may explain some things. Somebody took a curve too hot or did something obviously and hit some good old concrete. Cylinder deactivation is all. Let's see, diagnostics. There's no codes on the bike. That is clearly this is not rideable, obviously.
Listen, only 556 miles. The previous bike had right at 6,400 miles on it, but this is the record, 556 miles. That is just past the 500 mile break-in. Absolutely insane. Now we could try to figure out the mileage on the other Chief by taking the ride command off this bike and moving it over, but I'm gonna save that for another day because it does involve a few other things.
I really want to know how many miles this Chief has on it, but we don't have a ride command and we don't have a key. But I have a theory that we can take
the WCM off of here and the ride command off of here, and also the key that comes with this bike. And we can maybe swap the WCM over here and put the ride command over here, because we do have the cable connection for the ride command right here. And we just might be able to see how many miles this bike has. The WCM is one of the computers on the bike that controls the key fob assignment and the security of the bike. Without that, the bike won't power on. But being that the WCM is tied to the key fob, we may be able to swap them temporarily just to get the bike started. I don't know, we're gonna try it. So 3 Chiefs, 2 of them are wrecked very badly. 1 is complete and back together, and we got 1 Bicasso. And Bicasso, man, oh look, listen. The first one seems like a cakewalk compared to these 2 bikes. This is gonna be a lot. And I'm still trying to figure out which one do I attack first. I promise you, the more you look at it, the worse it gets. This is definitely the worst Chief I've had so far. Really the worst motorcycle. I don't know which is worse between the Super Chief and the Chief Dark Horse, but they have their own bag of just ugly. I mean, we did get the stage 1 exhaust right here on the side. We also got this rod command. We have the rod command, but we don't have the rod command. Not to mention, this exhaust bracket is broken on the stage 1 exhaust, and this headlight, it appears to be the thing that looks the best out of these 3. So yeah, it's all still scratched up. But you don't have to wait to see these 2 Chiefs done. You can enter to win this Chief right now by getting an entry to win over at BrandonBicasso.com. It helps me continue to be an idiot buying more and more wrecked bikes. I almost bought another one, but I clearly don't have the space for it now. And of course, it helps me to show you guys what it takes to build or rebuild these motorcycles. And I'm learning all of this as I go along too. So thinking about doing a cam upgrade. Let me know what y'all think about that down below. Some of you are probably thinking like, Brandon, you're freaking crazy. Yes, I am. Because I love rebuilding things. I love taking things apart, trying to figure out what happened to them. It's like Legos to me. And that Chief right there, that started it. And now we got 2 more to dig deeper and figuring out more about these bikes. That bike right there, that's actually up in the first giveaway on this channel. So many of you have already entered, and it's still open for those of you that have not entered. And those of you that have entered, it allows me to continue to do this and for us all to gain knowledge about working on these bikes as regular people. I'm a regular person, and again, you guys entering the giveaway, it allows me to keep doing this, and at the end of it, somebody's gonna get that bike. So if you want to get in on that, you can head over to BrandonBicasso.com, get a sticker pack just by supporting the channel. You can win a bike, and also you're learning more about Indian and Thunderstrokes. So to me, that's a win. But yeah, if you want to catch up on the series with that bike anyway, you can head over to this playlist right here and start from the very beginning. And again, if you want to head over to BrandonBicasso.com to get an entry, you can click right there. But as always, thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and yeah, we're gonna see you in the next one for the brand new 2 bike rebuild series. Let's go.